What's this?
A Song of Ice and Fire. Archmaester Ebro's history of the wars following the death of King Robert. I helped him with the title.
Bitch, what the fuck?
Suppose I come in for some heavy criticism.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
He what? What does he say about me?
I don't believe you're mentioned.
Didn't he have quite an important role? Like Tyrion isn't in A Song of Ice and Fire?
Your Grace.
Your Grace, Your Grace, Your Grace.
We appear to be missing a Master of Whisperers, and a Master of Laws, and a Master of War.
Yes, Your Grace. Suitable prospects will be brought to you for an audience in the coming weeks.
Drogon? Any word?
Yeah, especially.
It was mass spotted
exactly.
flying east.
Farther away, the better.
Perhaps I can find him.
Oh, what if
As
Drogon
you
is
wish,
going to
Grace.
be his now and then he's gonna walk into him?
Sir Podrick.
No, let's not. Sir Podrick!
Long may he reign.
Long may he reign. Long may he reign.
Long may he reign.
Long may he reign.
That will improve.
I'm sure it will.
Sir Bronn of the Blackwater, Lord of High God, Lord Paramount of the region, Master of Coin. Would you say the crown's debt to you has been paid?
He finally
In
got
full,
his
I know
castle.
Good.
First he has to ensure we're not wasting coin, or soon there won't be no more coin. Anymore. You're Master of Grammar now too.
Grand Maester. It is
Is
my theory based on...
Well, I imagine he isn't using them properly.
this the end?
I think we can all agree that ships take precedence.
I once brought a jackass and a honeycomb into a brothel.
This is so weird. Dorwood. Holy fuck. John back at the Night's Watch. This is so fucking weird. What the hell? It's just like we're watching season 4 or something. You know, the thing is, I always loved Sansa, and I'm glad for her. I just hated her in this last season. Ghost? Ghost! Ghost! Oh! That is so cool. What the fuck? That direwolf. Ah. Oh, she's queen in the north, of course, now. Holy shit, guys. I mean, also after everything that Sansa has been through, this is like, damn. Oh my god, this is awesome. Like I said, I always loved Sansa and I always hoped for a good ending for her. Just this last season they kind of fucked her up, but we'll just look through that then. This is good. I'm not so sure about this yet. What will they do anyway? Lots of children. Is it like a thing that when he's at the Night's Watch, his hair's loose, and when he's not, it's in a man bun? Are they going back? Because, like, the Night King is dealt with, and they can live there in peace now? What the fuck? I have no words. I can just cry right now and say that I'm glad I did my speech at the beginning. What the hell? It's just, while watching this, like, it's so hard. While watching this, like, I got constant flashbacks from previous seasons, constantly, and even already in the beginning when Tyrion found Jaime and Cersei, and I just had all those memories of them being together in King's Landing and everything that happened with Tywin and everything together, and for Tyrion to find them there, that and what impact that must have on him, because that are his brother and sister, and even though he hated his sister and he loved Jaime, but they have been through so much. And Daenerys, I have no words except, can I die too? I remember, that must be like a year ago, I think, because it was still very long before this season was starting, but someone on Instagram posted something like, if you could choose one character who you would want to survive the last season, who would it be? And then I wrote, Daenerys, can't lose my bae, kill me as well then. And I'm ready to die. Oh, this is heavy. I expected it would be, but not like this. Oh, guys, I'm really trying. This is gonna be only like fucking long because I can only cry. Oh, look at my face, what the hell. I'm sorry for all this ugly crying. What can I say? Mostly that I'm just also listening to other people's opinions, and that kind of, like, I have my own opinion and I hear other opinions, and that together forms like my final opinion. But right now, I'm not even going to look on the internet what other people say. I'm just going to talk out of myself, because I'm always afraid that my own opinion, god dang it, I'm always afraid that my own opinion is like different from everyone else's, and that people will, because of that, will start hating in the comments or something. I don't know why I'm so scared of that. I'm a reactor, I can say whatever I want, but just, that's why I first always try to listen to other people's opinions before like expressing my own too much. But I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm just gonna talk about what I think. I'm sorry. I'm not able to talk right now. I didn't expect it would be like this. Okay. I'm really gonna try now, okay? It's just, I can't. You know, it just feels like someone, like a close family member died or a close friend died, because I know that sounds weird and it might, I don't know, go too far, but Daenerys has just been such a big part of me for so long and such an inspiration. So it's so weird to lose her. It feels so, I can't even describe it. So if you're like, what the fuck, why are you crying so much over a fucking fictional character that was like my fictional character for 8 years, and I was always behind her, I supported everything she did. Sometimes she was even all I had. That sounds fucking crazy, but it's true. Okay, one more try then. From the first time I started watching Game of Thrones, it was like my father said to me, "Hey, I found out about this show and maybe we could like try it." And I was like, okay, sure. And I was barely 13 years old then it started, and immediately I was immediately like, okay, this intro is cool and those characters are cool, and the moment Daenerys appeared on screen, I saw her and I saw her hair, her face, the way she acted, the way just her emotions, everything at once, it just like hit me, and I was like, shit, who's that? And after the episode ended, we were of course immediately like, okay, we're going to watch the second episode now, because this shit's exciting as hell. And after that I immediately started looking up the actors, and I started looking up about the characters more, and holy fuck, I just fell in love with her from like the first moment I saw her. And I will never forget that feeling, and I will never forget how I felt when I was just 13 years old and I was like obsessing over this show and obsessing over those characters, those new things. I remember, in the beginning when watching the Game of Thrones the first time, it can be quite confusing. So there were lots of characters and I was like putting everything in place. And then every time I went to school on my bike, and then I came back from school, and every time when I was on my bike, I was always thinking about Game of Thrones, and I was always like putting the characters in some kind of order and repeating to myself what purpose they had in the story, who they were, which family they were from. It's so weird, but I really did that. And then I was so obsessed with it, and I went to my, okay, don't hate me, I went to my 10-year-old brother and I was like, you have to watch this. Yeah, I let him watch Game of Thrones when he was 10, but he just also fell in love with it like I did. And I don't know, I'm like talking a lot of stuff right now and I have no idea what it's about. But that's just what I want to share, I think, about this episode. In the beginning, after last episode, I didn't know how to feel about Dany. But after thinking, I realized I can't just leave her behind. I was behind her for 7 years, and I'm not just going to let she's not my queen anymore. No, I wanted to stay behind her, and I did that. I'm glad she reached King's Landing. I am not so glad that we never got to see her even sit on the Iron Throne. I fucking hate that. She reached King's Landing. I'm not really glad about the way she did it. This is something I never even could have imagined even like a week, 2 weeks ago. No. I don't know. Jon killing Daenerys was something lots of people expected, and I knew it was a possibility, so I already tried to like count on it, like it was probably going to happen, so it wouldn't be a complete shock. And it wasn't a complete shock now, but I don't know if I can handle this. Drogon, yeah, we don't know where Drogon is now. I mean, they said something about him, but they didn't fully mention what the hell was going on. I guess he just keeps flying around now with the body of his mother. No, that's weird. No, I feel bad for Drogon too. He's lost everyone now. His brothers, his mother. Sad. I want to talk about a lot right now, because I think this is going to be quite a long review. Okay, first of all, I'm going to change my battery because it's dying. First of all, I want to discuss some things, like things I expected or wanted to happen but never happened, and that are things that like were in my head for years and suddenly they're all gone, and that hurts. But there are also some things like there was always this theory about Tyrion secretly being a Targaryen, and I mean, before we were sure about Jon being a Targaryen, I mean, everyone knew it, but before they like confirmed it, I always thought that it would be like Jon would secretly be a Targaryen because of his parents, and Tyrion as well, and then in the end they would like be the 3 Targaryens riding the dragons. That was like an ending I had in my mind for so long, because it just, I don't know, it made sense. And if you've never heard about the theory about Tyrion being a Targaryen, it's that his mother, Joanna Lannister, and that she was like raped by the Mad King, or if she actually, I don't know, went with him. But I believe it was like that she was raped by him, and then she got pregnant with Tyrion, and that he was never actually Tywin's son, and Joanna died giving birth to Tyrion, of course. And that's why people thought he was also a Targaryen. And I was really hoping, for a time, I was really hoping that that would be true, and that in the end we would have like 3 Targaryens, 3 dragons, you know, perfect. In the end, they hadn't really like build up to any of that. Well, it's not like the build up this season was very good, but they hadn't. So I wasn't really thinking about that anymore, and I didn't think it would happen in the end. But it was a theory I had in my mind for quite some time. Also, like my ideal ending of Game of Thrones was always that, well, always since Daenerys met Jon actually, that they would like get married and just become the king and queen of Westeros to rule together. And for the remaining Stark kids like Sansa, Bran and Arya to rule in the north and like have these cute family gatherings where they would see each other all again. Of course, I always knew that was, I knew it wasn't going to happen. I'm not stupid. I mean, that's kind of a Disney ending, and I just knew it wasn't going to happen, but it was something I really hoped for, even though I just knew it wasn't. Yet it was the thing I hoped for, so now that's totally ruined as well. And I'm just not sure what to think about Bran being king, because like they build up to the reveal of Jon's true parentage for so long, and we found out that he's the true king, and suddenly, yeah, I mean, it's not suddenly, he killed fucking Daenerys Targaryen. I'm sorry, Jon, but I don't like you for doing that, even though I know it had to be done. But I can't feel comfortable with it right now, because I explained Daenerys is like everything to me. But they did so much to keep that a secret, and then they revealed it, and it was so important. But in the end, he's sent back to the Night's Watch. I'm not sure what to think about that. I mean, it was cool to see him at the gate and to walk back in there, like it's literally how we started, and it gave me so much feelings like, bitch, what the fuck, this is how it started, and this is... But I'm not sure what to think about that. I mean, him being back at the Night's Watch, it's definitely not what I expected, or anyone would have expected, I think. Anyway, I mean, you wouldn't expect it, but I love that Sansa is queen in the north now, because I think she really deserves it. And then we're going to forget everything that happened in this season, because I hated her this season. She was such a bitch, and I think that if she wouldn't have told anyone about Jon, I don't think it would have completely stopped it, but it was one of the things that caused Daenerys to like go mad. And I mean, she lost her claim to the throne, and almost everyone knew it, and I think that was also a great cause to what happened. So yeah, I hate Sansa for that, but if I look back to the previous 7 seasons, I love Sansa, just not this season. Everything she's been through, she's suffered so much, and her outliving all of her, well, enemies, all of her abusers actually, Cersei, Ramsay, Joffrey, just Peter Baelish actually. That's just amazing, and that's really strong, and I like that. So yeah, I'm glad about that. Also, there's Arya. Arya. I always loved Arya. I think we all loved Arya. I mean, she's like that character that everyone just likes. I don't know. But let's be real, we all knew Arya was never meant to be a lady to some lord in a castle and stay there for the rest of her life. No. We knew she was meant for more, and she's a warrior, and I think this is a good ending for her actually. Because first I did think she would just go back to Winterfell and live there with her brother and sister. Well, I actually thought Bran would go back there too, because I had no idea he would be king, but yeah. But I think this is a great purpose for her. Like, they already mentioned this before, and Arya, I think Arya is just a character that needs a purpose, like a badass purpose, and I think they gave her that. So yeah, I think I'm happy with that. And yeah, what do I think as Bran being king? I'm not sure. You know, someone already like had a theory about indeed Jon killing Daenerys and Bran becoming king, but I read lots of theories, so I have no idea if that was like a spoiler or a theory. I just thought it was a theory because I read lots of different ones, so you can never be sure. So when they were like all sitting there and they were like choosing someone, I thought, okay, maybe he was right. Maybe it's gonna be Bran, because Jon Snow is not really an option now anymore, because that would like also start a war. Even though I still... Whoa, what is my cat doing? What the hell? I don't know what my cat is doing there, but he's crazy. Oh, he's catching his own tail. You're such a weird little fucker, Simba. Anyway, I just expected that if Daenerys would die, that Jon would be king, because like I already said, like how they built up to this parent reveal and everything like that, I don't know, it was, and then suddenly Bran, it's like out of nowhere, like his journey was important and stuff, but I remember a season where he wasn't even important enough, so they just left him out, and suddenly he's king. I don't know how to feel about that yet. It's not like I completely disagree, because Bran doesn't want power, and maybe that's the exact reason why he should be king, because he doesn't want to, like, I don't know, bring terror and make sure everyone listens to him, and he's not going to go executing people. So I think that's a good thing. I'm just not sure how I have to feel about it because of everything they built up, and then suddenly out of nowhere Bran being king. Yeah, that. I think I've said it all. Well, that went fast. Faster than I expected. How am I going to end this? I don't know. First of all, Daenerys, I will love her forever. She has meant a lot in my life. She always will. And I want to thank Emilia Clarke for like betraying her like this. And I know Emilia also wasn't really okay with this season, because we all know the famous interview, best season ever. Yeah. And she also doesn't like that this is how Daenerys will be remembered, but I will not remember Daenerys like the Mad Queen. I will remember Daenerys as someone who tried to do good, someone who tried to give people a free will and try to free slaves, try to bring good to the world. And she's someone who started as kind of a slave herself. She was sold to Khal Drogo and she didn't really have a choice, and she was terrified in the beginning, but everything she has come to since then, it's amazing. And that's how I will remember Daenerys, as a strong young woman who like wanted to bring good to the world. And I have no idea what happened this last season, and even though she went mad, I'm not just going to forget that, of course, but it's just not a way I want to see her. I just want to remind my favorite character for what she really was, and not remember her like at the moment she snapped and lost all her friends and allies and children. Yeah, I think that's it. That's what I wanted to say. Maybe I said it a little weird or forgot some things, but I think that. I just realized I'm finally able to talk now, because I'm like so caught up in my story that I'm not crying anymore. I'm probably going to cry the entire day. I've been talking so long that I actually already have to leave in half an hour to my rehearsal, like this. I think this was my last Game of Thrones reaction ever. Next week we are getting this episode, like it's sort of behind the scenes through the years. I'm not sure what it is, but it's something with the cast, so of course I'm watching. I'm looking forward to that though. But this was it. Yeah, weird. It's really weird for something to have lived for so long and to just end. Whoa. I don't know how to deal with this yet, because I can express my feelings into a reaction, but I also shit, my camera's dying. I hope you liked this. Did you know, please leave a like, subscribe, and thank you for watching, guys. I love you all. It doesn't feel right to leave like that, okay? This is the last episode ever, but my memory card was full, and before I like put it all on my laptop, like that takes half an hour, so I'm going to do this with my phone now. Thank you all for watching my reactions. My channel really grew because of Game of Thrones, and I'm very thankful for that, because so actually besides everything I just said, it also brought me subscribers and more motivation to do what I love most, which is making videos and watching Game of Thrones. I want to thank you all for that. I want to thank you all for your support throughout the years, even though I only started reacting like half of season 6. It's only 2.5 seasons, but yeah, that brought me so much, and I'm so thankful for that. So I want to thank you all, and also for all your comments, all the things you're sharing with me on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and just all your sweet messages. I love them, and I love you, and yeah, I just want to thank you for that. So I'm going to cry for the rest of the day now, and then that was my final Game of Thrones reaction. It took a little long. I talked a lot, but I think that was necessary. So yeah, did you like this? Then please leave a like, subscribe, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do after this, like with my life in general. I think I'm going to react to some new shows though, but for now I'm just going to keep to the normal shows I was already doing, like The Walking Dead, American Horror Story, Vikings, but I believe that's all returning in like October, so I'll see. Fan videos, of course, I'll still react to fan videos, and I'll make vlogs, stuff like that. I also want to start gaming again. So yeah, I hope to see you at my next videos, and that was it. Bye!